Welcome to Dida Skill Academy, topic 2 part 3, where today we are going to analyze the continuous data by calculating the mode. As I had mentioned in previous videos, you can analyze continuous data using a measure of center or a measure of spread. And I began with a measure of center, whereby we calculated the mean value of the same data presented on the whiteboard, and also we calculated the median of the same data reflected on the whiteboard. And we're gonna finalize this topic by calculating the mode as the measure of the center of the same data. And when you hear about the mode, simply you check the class interval with the highest frequency. So that particular portion of data at that particular range, it will give you a clear picture on how you can calculate the mode. So without further ado, let's begin. But don't forget the formulas that we use to calculate the mean value, the median, and now today we're gonna formulate the mode formula. So for those who are not in the first class and the second class, so we're gonna remind them the formula for the formulas. For A, we have the mean. Simply the mean is calculated by getting the summation of fx divided by the summation of x. Then what does it mean, the summation of fx? F simply means is the frequency, and then x simply means it is the average of each class interval. It is the average of each class interval. So guys, those who are not in the previous class, watch the previous video and you'll have the clear picture on how to calculate the average of each class interval. Then frequency, here the summation of f is simply the total frequency. Then the second one was the median as a measure of center of the data. So median is simply calculated by taking the lower class limit of the median class boundary. Then you add the summation of f, which is the total frequency, divided by 2. Then you get the difference with the cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. Then you divide everything with the frequency of the median class, and then you multiply by the class size. So then we have finally we have the mode. As we have said, the mode is simply the most often repeated frequencies in a particular class interval, or if the data is grouped like this, whether it has the odd number value or the odd number or the even number, then check the previous video. You're gonna check what are the prime numbers, what are the odd numbers, what are the even numbers, and then we're gonna check that as we go on. So we have the mode. So in our case here, for example, if we had here 7, here 7, here 7, then 7 is the most repeated number. But now we're gonna calculate using the formula. So the formula for calculating the mode is simply the lower class limit of the mod class. You add delta 1, you divide by delta 1 plus delta 2. Then you multiply everything by class size. So what is the lower limit of the mod class? How do you calculate the LM? The LM, you just check, you focus on the class where we have the highest frequency, and on our case here we have this part. Whereby 70 to 79 is our range, class interval with the highest frequency. But now to get the lower class limit of the mod boundary, you check the lower class limit of the mod class, and then you add the upper class limit of the class interval before the mod class, and then you get the average, and then you get the average. So you will get the average. It's simply the average of the average of the lower class boundary of the mod class. This simply means that to get the average, you take 70 plus 69. It is also in the previous video where we calculated the averages. Then you divide by 2. So on our case, using my calculator here, we have 70 plus 69 divided by 2. We have 69. We have 69.5. I have 69.5. So guys, ask questions. And also, if I get it wrong, you're gonna remind me. No one is perfect. Don't forget, these are numbers. So in our case there, we have 69.5, which is our LM. And what is delta 1? What is delta 1? Delta 1, it's simply calculated by taking the difference. You take the difference between the frequency, the difference of the frequency, of the mod class, which is 14, then and the frequency of the class just before the mod class. Okay, so guys, don't worry, we're gonna solve it together. So we have delta 1, which is equals the frequency of the mod class, which is 14. Then you deduct 12, which is the frequency of the class just before the mod class. So that is 12. Then you get 2. Then you have delta 2. Delta 2 is simply calculated by taking the difference. Simply the difference between the frequency of the mod class, which is 14, and frequency of the class just above the mod class, which is 7. So delta 2 will be 14 minus 7, which is which is 7. And then we have the class size. Those who are in the previous topic, previous lesson, we calculated the class size of the median, class. But today we are dealing with the mode, the measure of center of the presented continuous data in front of us. So we have class size, which is calculated by taking the difference between the average. We calculate the average of the upper class limit of the mode class, whereby we will focus on the lower. We will focus on the lower class limit of the class just above the mode class, which is 80. We calculate the average first by taking 80 plus the upper class limit, of the mode class, which is 79. Then we divide by 2. We will get 79.5. So for you to calculate the class size, you will take the difference between the average of the upper class limit of the mode class with 79, the average 79.5 minus the lower class limit of the median class boundary, which is 69.5, which is 69.5 9.5, you have 10. So you have 10 as your class size. Now you just substitute into the formula. And now we have our formula here, where the mode is equals to Lm plus delta 1 divided by delta 1 plus delta multiplied by class size. So our mode will be 69.5 plus delta 1, where we calculated delta 1, which is 2, divided by 2 plus 7 multiplied by 10, which is our class size. So our answer will be 2. You open the bracket. So the parenthesis here is 69.5 plus 20 divided by 9. That 20 divided by 9 equals 2.22. Then you add 69.5. Then you add 69.5. So our mode will simply be 71.72 or 772. So that's how you calculate the mode. the continuous data. So that's a statistic of group D data, and thank you for watching. In case of any question, comment, or any video that you want us to do, then don't forget to comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share the video to get more videos like this on data science here at Data Skill Academy, a digital online school of excellence. So guys, next topic will simply cover the analysis of other different types of data, as I had mentioned in the first video, and now we will have to shift to the second type of data, which is discrete data, and then we will move on to nominal data and ordinal data, and after that now we will cover the subtopics in the topic 2 of the methods of collecting data, grouping data, interpreting data, and also infrastructure technologies used in data entry and data analysis. So we will learn more about the statistical data analysis softwares, and then finally we will begin a new lecture on storage of data in different databases, and also we will link up the probability application in statistics. So what's the link between the probability and statistics? So we will still connect as time goes by. I also found a comment in the section where it was stating that we make a video on data related to econometric models, financial economics, and also data in biostatistics, so which simply covers the field of medicine, whereby if a person is having a headache and you want to administer a particular drug, so there is that person whose headache will vanish by giving him or her a dose of one tablet. But there is also the second person where if you give one, it will not relieve the pain, but if you give two, it will relieve the pain. So finding out the range of the dose in the field of medicine, then you will need to do more on the biostatistics. So those simply will be covered by the biostatisticians from Data Skill Academy. I'll also make just an introductive video on the same, and this will simply also cover the polynomial regression equations, and also cover deeply on the advanced and applied statistics. So guys, thank you for watching, and let us meet in the next video. Goodbye.